fine, Wild Pack. It's Bernadette, and I'm here with your Pick a Card Tarot reading for Friday, June 21st, 2021. If you like what I do on this channel, the metaphysical madness that is offered freely here from my heart, from the spirit totem and power animals, from the tarot, from all the psychic things that there are, ever have been and ever will be, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that little ringy dingy bell, and that way you get all the alerts and you never miss a thing. You can't miss anything. So, let me tell you guys, this is crazy. Oh goodness, it takes a lot of courage to do something like this. So I'm just going to jump right in there. So the card that's come out for you all today is the polar bear, which is the star card. And there are just so many, my gosh, the symbolism and the meaning behind this, right? Behind this card, behind this animal. It's a bear. It's a bear, y'all. Okay, mama bear, bear. All right. But I was shown and told something completely different today. And if you're just joining me, thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the Wild Pack. And, you know, if you've been around for a while, I love you. You know, you're my heart. And I thank you every day in every way. Truly, I do. And so I practice intuitive tarot, and I practice it because one day I'm going to actually get it right. And, you know, my connection to the other side is a lot of things, but mostly it's spirit totem and power animals. I'm super, you know, super shamanic. And for those of you that watch that video, you'll know what that means. But let me just cut to the chase. I'm stalling, and I'm doing it deliberately because I'm a little nerved out. So I heard this. I heard this. I did actually hear this card. This card came flipping out of the deck, and I don't think it's any secret that I love Broadway. I grew up, you know, in the entertainment business, and honest to goodness, for the first time ever, I mean, I've been reading tarot for 30 years, and I've never, ever heard this. But if you all know, and it really is relevant to the meaning of this card. If you guys have ever seen the old movie, or you got to see it on Broadway, it was pretty amazing, but Funny Girl with Barbara Streisand. And you know that song, 'cause I'm the greatest star, I am by far, but no one knows it. Wait, they're gonna hear a voice, a silver flute, oh, 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 oh. They'll cheer each toot when I expose it. All right, okay, it's that song. So I heard that, and I was like, okay, okay, I get it. What's the point? And they're like, oh no, you're gonna sing it, because here's what you have to get to. So there's a stanza or a line in the song that Babs and whoever else has sung this on Broadway, off Broadway, in their living room, in their kitchen, you know, in their pool, in their, you know, in the shower. There is just this really great release of a line, and it goes, "Hey, Mr. Einstein, here I am," and you just belt this tune, right? So let me tell you guys something. No joke. So I sat with that for a minute, and then I took this seriously. I really did. I'm over my nervous now. Thank you for your kind indulgence. But I really took this very seriously, because the other visions that started to come to me were, I followed the tune up on the you know, on the release of that, the end of that line, and that just explosion of "here I am." That's you today. It's time for you to say, "Here I am." Now, let me tell you the other craziness that tied into this. And it's all about being great. And I mean really about being great. So I was led up to the stars, and I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. That's a star card. And then Spirit was like, listen, what, you got a fire to be to? You got an emergency? Don't you have time for this? To let this process unfold? Let this story unfold? I was like, yeah, I got time. And so I was led up to the heavens, and I saw the constellation Ursa Major. And Ursa Major is also known as the Great Bear. And I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. And I went to, I went to dip right out of there and, get on with the message. But here's the thing. Spirit said, nope, what does it mean? And I said, well, the Latin name is greater or larger she-bear, right? Yes. Okay. Get it? I'm the greatest star. Ursa Major, greater or larger. Okay. And then I was like, oh, I get it. And Spirit was like, nope. We have more. Nope. We have more for you. I was like, okay. So I remembered a little thing about somewhere it's in my book, as a matter of fact. that bears are not, polar bears are not actually white. They have a bit of a bluish tint. However, that is not the sum total of their coloration. And what that means is their fur is actually no color whatsoever. It has no pigment in it. It is a hollow bone. It it literally, when the sun shines on them, every teeny tiny little strand of fur is actually transparent. It's pigment free, and it's got a hollow core. And I'm going to equate that to the shaman's hollow bone in just a second, which reflects light, giving the impression of being white in certain lights. Okay, but it can reflect all kind of light. So, when people are thinking, well, it's blue, that could be the reflection off the water, whatever. So two things are really important right after I say this third thing. Polar bears' tongues are blue. The throat chakra color is blue. And today is the day that I was told to wail a Broadway tune, because it's very specifically relevant to the animal, the spirit animal, to the reading, and to you. Can you imagine having your throat chakra so clear, so crystal clear, such a hollow bone, that you could speak your truth as loud, as booming, as big as you wanted? Well, you can, ladies and gentlemen, for $29.95, and you get a Ginsu knife too. And I'm making fun, but you really can get a Ginsu knife, I think, still these days, 35 years later. But that's your lesson today. You are the greatest star. Now, that's not the half of it. The rest of the story, like Paul Harvey, the rest of the story is for you to remember when you were a star, when you were stardust. You might even know now that you're a star seed. But the point is to take yourself, gonna go back in time to when you were your most innocent, your most hollow of a bone. And what a hollow bone means is, in the shamanic traditions, it's clearing out all your own stuff so that energy can flow through you, things can flow through you, messages, healing energy, that kind of thing. Reiki practitioners, call it a lot of different things. This energy healer calls it this energy healer calls it that. But the idea is that you are a conduit, and you're simply that completely hollow vessel for the messages and the healing to come through. That's pretty tough to achieve. It really is, because, how do you ever really know that you're really, really a hollow bone? Okay, I get that, but it's certainly something to think about in terms of what you want to achieve, kind of a level or a status that you want to be able to achieve as a practitioner, a metaphysician of any kind. That said, now we've got a tongue that's blue. We've got a polar bear whose every single little strand of fur is hollow, it's transparent, and it's a reflection. Okay. What if your DNA was like that? What if your literal DNA was like that? What if you are so made of light that, my gosh, if the light shone right out of your DNA, it'd probably blow your body right apart, right? Like in the Marvel's comics. That would be it. No more you. Well, at least in this form. Communication, going back to when you were the most hollow, when you were young, and you had big stars in your eyes, big dreams. What were those things? And were you allowed to voice them? If you did voice them, were you supported? If you did voice them, were you made fun of? What is that for you? And can you look back on that time and think, I can't even imagine, like, let's say you wanted to be a nurse, right? But you ended up becoming a fireman. Would you have really been happier had you been a nurse? Are you really that happy now as a fireman? Let's say that you wanted to be really anything, and then you did something else. Only you're gonna know if that big dream, that big star that you wanted to be. And when I say star, okay, I don't, I, I don't mean Barbara Streisand, right? I don't mean, Tom Cruise or whoever the, big younger stars are today. I don't mean that. Although it could have been that. Okay. But maybe you just really wanted to have, a sweet, smaller Italian restaurant, and you'd be happy the rest of your days in almost anonymity, running your little Italian restaurant. Okay. Are you running that little Italian restaurant now? Do you still cook Italian food? Do you still love Italian food? These questions can go on and on and on, but at the end of the day, today is a day for you to speak with your own blue tongue, because it's attached to your throat chakra, which is blue. And today is a day for you to really shine the light on yourself, to ask yourself, are you being the greatest star of your own life, of a situation? And this could have something to do with showing up for someone else. Oh, it could definitely have that. It could definitely have to do that. And how, what does being a great star mean to you? I have friends that they want to drop through the earth if someone says hello to them. They have such social anxiety and, just don't like people and this and that. And they like me for some kooky reason, but, to be a star to them means for nobody ever to know their name. But some of them excel in academia. Some of them excel quite a bit in science, in research. And, my friends are all over the map, right? But where are you on that map? Like, if you're on a map of constellations, are you Ursa Major? Are you the great, bear? Are you the great she bear? Are you? I think really is the big question of the day is, are you? And if you're not, what will it take to get you there? Do you have to wish upon a star? And if you do, I vote for you. I do. I vote that you wish upon yourself, because you are the greatest star. I may cry. What else is new? I just think this is the sweetest message in a very long time to come from the spirit animals. It's just so full of love. It's just like, I just want to pick all of you guys up and just cuddle you and cradle you right here. Especially those of you that are not living your life as the greatest star that you want to be. Not that you can be. There's a difference. I was talking to somebody a few weeks ago, and this old boy, he's got problems. Because his entire life he's been berated because he hasn't lived up to his potential, because he literally has a genius IQ. Okay. But he was happy as a postman for 30 years. Okay. If that made him happy, but he's convinced he's convinced that he never lived up to his own potential. He has no marker for that, no data for that, no opinion about why that is. It always comes back to, well, my dad told me this, or my friends told me this, or my wife told me this, or whatever. That's okay. But you're an adult. You got to make up your own mind. And must be a reason that you stuck it out being a postman for 30 years. Well, I really liked it. And there were never ending reasons why I really liked it. Okay. It's that kind of thing. If you want to be the greatest star because you're a great journaler, then be a great journaler. If you guys get where this is going. And so part of the message from Polar Bear today is, and the star card, is for you to choose that which you want to be the greatest star in. And that you make sure to show up and sing it and belt that out like, hey, pizza parlor, here I am. Maybe if you just want a new haircut. Hey, my beautiful new haircut, here I am. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could get your nails did. You could, we could do this all day long. But the point is to get that throat chakra moving and grooving, get your blue tongue, spitting out your truth, releasing that energy, letting that fire and that passion and that bigness and that greatness flow through you. And that's your job for today. One of them anyway. You guys are all, you wild pack, you all are always so kind and so generous and so sweet to me. I just hope that you will come away from today's reading knowing that I think you're the greatest star by far. And maybe people know it, but maybe, maybe other people don't. But I know it. And I love you very much. And I hope this was helpful. So, pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the ringing ding bell so you get all the notifications, and get on over to my forums, gatheringofmystics.com, which on Monday the 24th will become wildpackwisdom.com/forums. What are the most important things of your day, today, and every day? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.